Aquarius, and welcome to your June 2026 Tarot Scope brought by me, Kathleen Robinson of Karmaqueens. So let's get ahead and do things. So I'm mixing the cards. I'm going to shuffle them twice. And we've got 4 cards that will describe what's happening. So the first influence is this card here. It's called grieving. It's a process. And sometimes we get this card for something that's been very painful that's happened around us, maybe recently or maybe a while ago. And sometimes bad things happen to good people. And you're very much part of the process in June of going through a grieving process. Just allow you the time that you need in order to go through that. For each of us, it's a different time scale that we will have to go through that process, and it is a process. So be kind to yourself. Now, the 6 of Swords upright, it can mean travel, short journeys from here to there, which is possible, certainly in June when the weather's so nice, but it can also mean, metaphorically, moving from a place of extreme anxiety to a much calmer place that you're seeking to find yourself in the future, and you're transitioning carefully from one state to another. And the journey for you in June is going to be trouble-free. So it's a much calmer, more serene journey that you're taking as you're going towards the goal that you can see in front of you that you have set for yourself. And the Justice card upright is commitment. Now, it has a couple of meanings, so here we go. The first meaning is if you're in a law court, whatever the judge decides or the jury decides is that it will go in your favour and justice has been served. It can also mean signing on the dotted line for a contract. So it could be a house move, maybe it's a new job, maybe it's even getting married. Whatever it is, you're committing yourself to the long term of something by signing on the dotted line for it. And we've got the 6 of Pentacles upright, which is called the Merchant card. And all it means is there's harmony and balance within your financial or resources section. More money is coming in, allowing the merchant to give to charity of his choosing. It's just saying that you're feeling okay financially. So moving from the general area of that, we're now going to have a look at relationships. So what we've got happening here is the King of Swords reversed. Now that is brutal. It's a card of aggression and somebody stomping all over your feelings. This king doesn't know the boundaries, and so this king stomps all over them. So you, if you're on the receiving end of that, you need to make it known that they can't do that. They've got to know the boundaries, and you've got to tell them what the boundaries are. The king is older than you, so it's that kind of person, but the king can be a woman as well as a man. It knows no differences in sex. It's the age which is important. The King of Swords could be you. stamping over other people's feelings with disregard because you don't know that you've offended them. So have a little bit of reflection if you can in June and see if it's not you. What is happening there in relationships? What's causing that? Now, relationships are as broad as your job, friendships, family, intimate relationships. You need to find out where that weakness is to be able to resolve it. Now, I've got the 10 of Swords reversed around you as well as a theme around relationships. Now, the 10 reversed means that you are, unbeknown to you, you're wrapping somebody up in cotton wool. You're tiptoeing around them. You know, like you feel like you're walking on eggshells all the time in high alert. Well, I'm not surprised. If you've got somebody like this thundering through your life, then you probably are going to be feeling like that. But what the card is saying is, give as good as you get. This card is saying, don't wrap them up in cotton wool. If they've offended you, let them know, because they don't know. That's the sad thing. They don't know. They are quite emotionally naive around things like that. So you have to come back in strong to let them know where the boundaries are. And if you're in a workplace situation and they're just taking the mick, you need to let them know that, you know, that's not acceptable. You set your boundaries, you make sure they're maintained. In terms of money, well, it's not a bad card. I mean, let's talk about the Sun first of all. This card is great. It's a pleasurable time for you financially. It's suggesting that you've got lots to hand that you can do, but what you need to make sure is that you don't overextend yourself physically to do something, because you always get burnt when the Sun card is around, or burnt out. So just make sure that you are able to physically do what you're committing yourself to financially this month, or else you won't be able to physically do it. Now, the 8 of Pentacles reversed is indicating that you are coming across people that assume that you can do this and that financially. They're making assumptions without really knowing the facts about you. So perhaps it may be an idea to correct them on their false assumptions and let them know where you stand financially, so that they don't just tick you off and put you in a box, as quite a lot of people do. Let it be known what you can and can't do financially. And finally, I just want to have a look at challenges. And so what I mean by challenges is blockages that might be there during the course of June, and they just want you to know how you can maybe be aware of that and maybe correct it before it even comes to something, because that's what you can do with a tarot card reading. So the first card I've got is the Lovers, now upright. However, I'm now looking at it reversed because it's called a blockage that you've got. And when you get the reverse card, it's saying that there's something big afoot, if you like, in June, but you haven't made a decision yet on what you feel your stance is with it. And the longer you delay, the longer the process will take to come afoot. So they're saying that whatever the changes are that needs to be made, you're stopping it through your inaction. So have a look at what is big that's coming out possibly in June, and what you could do to speed it up if you feel that you really want that out there. The Empress card reversed is saying that whatever you're looking at in a negative connotation with this thing that you're putting out there, she is going to be okay, because when I reverse her back, she becomes upright. So what they're trying to say, you're only stopping yourself from moving forward But once you get that momentum going, you will be able to finish the job, because the Empress is a plan that's executed and it gets out there and it does its job. So the only one that's stopping it doing its job, to be fair, is you. So think about what that plan is and what it is that you feel you need to do in order to get things moving. So that's the cards in terms of the tarot influence around you. So I want to talk a little bit about me. So I've been reading the cards for over 30 years now, and my website 5tarot.co.uk has been in operation since 2009, and I do tarot readings by Zoom, which is on the same platform that you're looking at this reading today. I do telephone, which is by the normal telephone system in the UK, but you can also choose to go WhatsApp, and that's helpful if you're abroad to have your readings through the internet. So it saves all the wondering about pricing and things like that. Plus, it's a much more stable environment to have your reading done. Face-to-face here in Edinburgh, you're certainly welcome to have a reading. All of my readings are bookable on my website, and all you do is you click the date and the time that you would like, and then it triggers me to send you an email for a request for payment by either PayPal, and within the PayPal system, if you're not a member, you can pay by your debit or credit card, or in the UK, you can pay by bank transfer. Once we've done your reading, you will have an MP3, an audio file, sent to your inbox that you can download onto your smartphone or wherever you want to, so you can listen to that reading again and again. Also, there's certain perks that you get if you have 45-minute readings or a 60-minute reading with me here, is that after 9 readings, you get your 10th reading free, which is a great thing to have. For those of you who really don't like interacting, then I do email readings where we converse by email, and then I send you a PDF of your email reading that's been answered, and it also accompanied by an electronic magazine that you have access to personally and nobody else has, to read your email that way. And finally, if you don't want to do any of them, then please do like and subscribe to my Zoom channel, which is Karmaqueens Scotland, because it actually does make a difference when you do that. Let's move on to the other cards now. This is the Crystal Angel cards. Let's just see what they're asking you to think about, what they could virtually bring to you to raise your spirits. So I'm bringing the cards back again. And I shall shuffle them once, and let's see what they're bringing you. Right, so they're bringing you a card called Watermelon Tourmaline, which is a crystal, and it's been brought to you for stress reduction. And it's saying, de-stress your mind, body and schedule as you need to rest, recharge and revive. So this month, whatever you're doing, pace yourself. That's the message for the cards. And finally, we're getting on to these yin and yang cards that I've discovered. And let's just see what message they're trying to give you. Now, it's going to be pretty basic because they're so old, but let's just see what they say. And these help with your chakras, apparently. Right, let's see what they're bringing you. Okay, so they brought you an unusual one here, which is called shocking and arousing. Well, this situation is dynamic and generally favourable, although on the outside it seems quite the opposite. Be persistent, patient and prudent, and do not regret losses. Everything will turn out well. Beware of fraud and false glory. So it's asking you just to be a bit more practical and maybe just be a little bit more aware of any possible scams that might be coming your way. the bit at the top is just about the chakras that is broken. And by dealing with this situation, you're able to help mend them. So finally, that's all from me, Kathleen Robinson. I hope that you've enjoyed this reading. Remember, please like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. It really does help. And until the next time, take care.